Hello everybody. So I thought I could make this little kind of a late night video showing off my new TCG game that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. So currently I'm trying to build a 100 card set. I really don't know how long it is gonna take, but I'm aiming for around 1 to 2 months. I try to make like 3 cards a day, so it shouldn't take too long if I keep up a good pace. So pretty much I'm just gonna be showing off the cards and maybe talk about some of them a little bit. So the basic rule set of the game is you and your opponent have a master, which is basically your life points. They have different health values. Some could have 25 and some could have 30 and so on. And they also have different effects, which usually depend on how much damage the card has taken. But I'll show off one of those in just a moment. So first up we have a burnt python, and each beast type is gonna have one of these like cheap 1-cost beasts. So each beast has attack, health, and a cell cost. So cells are the resource of the game. So once per turn you get one cell generator on your field, and it maxes out at 8. And they give off like one type of cell. So there's one for fire cells, one for water cells, etc. And you can't use other types of cells for other types of creatures. So like you can only use fire cells for fire beasts. So it kind of limits the deck building, but you can still try to make some mixed decks. But anyway, so burnt python, card number 1. Combustorian. Originally came up with this card when I was making some playtest cards, or I was gonna make some playtest cards, but then I kind of gave up. But the concept kind of stuck and I ended up making it into an actual card. Millennium Phoenix, originally just called the Phoenix. Blast Blaze, kind of a classic. It has pretty much always been in my games. Chimera, another classic. Pretty much always when I've made a new version of the game, this has been the first card that I've always made. Cold Golem. Demonic Soldier. This card is actually going to be a part of an archetype later on, when I make the actual decks. Molten Golem, which has the ability on your turn you can deal 2 damage to a target enemy beast, but this card deals 2 damage to itself. And the flavor text is: molds pieces of its molten body into fiery ammunition, which it throws at its enemies. The more it uses, the more it begins to collapse. So kind of fitting with the effect. So yeah. Crater Artillery. I really like how this card turned out, taking into account that I actually came up with this card on a break at school and drew the artwork during class. Also the effect is pretty interesting. I'm not really gonna read the effects, so you can pause the video if you want to read them off. Fire Dragon. So each type is gonna have its own dragon. So this is the fire version. Also, I guess I could explain the rarities. So if a card is a common, it has a black line here. If it's an uncommon, it has a gray line right here. And if it's a rare, it has a silver line and silver letters. So that's how you distinguish these rarities. Next we have basic fish. Kind of a joke card. Wave wrist. Atlantean Shark Man, which is also going to be a part of an archetype. Ocean Serpent, another classic. Giga Crab, one of the first cards I made into a game. Or one of the first creatures that I drew for the game. Tsunami Turtle. I was supposed to change its name to Mystic Turtle, but I kind of forgot, but it goes pretty well. Black Shark, one of my personal favorites. So it's got big stats, and the cost is pretty small, but it slowly dies, kind of rots away, as you can see. So that's kind of cool. Mauer Squid. This one also originally came from a test card. Forearm. Gives you a random effect based on a dice roll. 1 from 4 effects because it has 4 arms. And all the effects are related to hand somehow. Because, you know, 4 arms. Water Dragon. So this is the water type dragon. And now we're moving into the hex cards, so basically the spell cards of the game. And for these you can use any type of cell you want. So the first set is gonna have 3 types of hex cards. So you have basic ones, so you can just play them on your turn and they go into your grave. Then you have attachments, like equip spells, so they attach to one of your beasts and give them some kind of effects. And then you have permanent hex cards, so they stay on the field after being played. So we have Magic Crystal. You draw 1 card and gain 1 cell of your choice. Burning Graveyard. Crushing Death. Inspired from a song by the band Mayhem. Helix Beam. Landmines. So lately I've been listening to the song Mind Jumper by the band Sodom a lot, so that's kind of what inspired this card. Formation Tactics. So here we have currently the only master card in the game. So there you can see the health, 25. And each time this card takes damage from an attack, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 fire type beast you found to your hand. Shuffle the rest back into a deck. So this card is Prometheus, and if you know a little bit about the Greek myths, you know that Prometheus was the giant, or the titan, sorry, that gave fire to humans. So that's kind of cool because it can search fire types for you, and that means that this ability triggers when it has taken 5 damage or more. So when it has taken 5 or more damage, all your fire type beasts gain 1 attack. So it's mainly meant for the fire types. And then we have currently the 2 great rares of the set. So they're basically like the secret rares. So we have Master Phoenix, and they have a gold line and gold letters. I've kind of messed up because I had to change some text right there. It's okay. And then we have the Leviathan, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. So, those are the current cards. And in the next episode I'm gonna go over the jungle and earth types once I've made them, because I haven't made any of them yet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Press like if you like, and subscribe to the channel for future content. And we'll see you in the next videos. Goodbye.